wanted to talk a little bit about fertilizing in the spring. So it depends on where you are. I'm in Maryland, and so for me, it's March. And it's when the ground starts warming up, the grass starts greening up, which if you looked at this grass a week and a half ago, it was the color of this hay, this kind of yellow, dead look. And you see now, everything's really greening up. And it's just as it's greening up just a little bit and just getting ready to rock that you spread that fertilizer. It means that the grass is low, the fertilizer is going to hit the ground and do the work that it needs to do. And somebody asked me the other day, why do I fertilize? I mean, I have horses out here. Let me see these horses, The horses are out here, I got sheep out here, and they are pooping on the land, right? So why do we need to fertilize? Because that manure has nutrients in it, and it does. And it means that I'm having to use less and less fertilizer each year. And to determine what I need to do for fertilizer, Dove is going to come right on up to us. She is a very nosy horse, so she is going to be right in my face, blocking the view. Hello, Missy. So we can't see the fields now, but we can see Dove really clearly. All right, Dove, that's enough. So, in order to determine how much fertilizer I need to put and make sure it's the accurate amount, not over fertilizing, is that I do a soil test. And I do that soil test in the fall, midwinter, somewhere in there. And I take core samples where I stick a little metal rod down into the earth, and I take multiple samples. And then I send it to a lab in Richmond who lets me know what the nutrient levels are in my soil. And I can see what the deficit is between what I want it to be and what it is. And then I can spread the fertilizer. And I get a custom blend of fertilizer. And each year it changes a little bit. How much potassium it needs, how much phosphorus it needs, and how much nitrogen it needs. And each year it's gotten less because I've been doing pasture rotation. And so what's happening is that the soil is being amended by the grazing. And hopefully, eventually, I don't need to fertilize at all. But for right now, this grass is the feed for my animals, for my sheep and my horses. The good news is I have to give them hay much less now that I've started pasture rotation. I really only have to do it for a few months out of the year. And maybe I'll get it to I don't really need to do any except maybe when there's snow in the ground. That's the goal. And you can see right now they're on this strip with this temporary fence. It's got a little tiny little jolt of electric through it, hardly anything. And they'll stay on this side, and then this side will have the ability to grow. And we'll start this, I really do it year round. The other thing that I do is these little manure piles will form, I don't know if I can get a picture of one. These little manure piles are great nutrients, but they're very concentrated in one spot. And so I drag with a metal harrow the fields, so it breaks that manure up and spreads those nutrients across the field. The other thing that it does is that it keeps it from having what we call toilets. So you'll notice that they have all their manure in one little area, right? And that means they're not going to eat there because they're smart enough to not eat in their toilet. But it also means that the best grasses, you're going to see it in the middle of the summer, these beautiful, beautiful spots of grass that's tall and green and lush. And it's the one area they're not eating. And you're thinking, what? Come on, why aren't you eating there? And it's because it's their toilet. So if I break it up, those nutrients spread and we don't create toilets that they're not eating in. And so all of the soil gets the benefit of that manure. So that's why I fertilize. This is a big science project, right? Like, what are we doing here I'm sorry, I'm getting bit by the horse. She's just pulling on my, sorry. I wish I could show you what she's doing. Let's see what she's doing. See? Let's see. Oh my goodness, she is pulling on my zipper. What a brat. So it's a science project, right? And I keep trying different methods, trying to improve my methods so that each year I learn something and things get better and I need less inputs to get more output. So that's the goal. I'm going to walk away from Dove, who is going to definitely want to be in the camera. She is such a little camera hog. But I'll fill you in more how things go. See ya.